welcome to day 3 of our advent calendar opening. So far, we made our Christmas tree on day 1 and we have made our presents on day 2. If you've missed any of those, then they are in the advent calendar playlist, so you can watch those ones after this one. If you've got any plasticine, or if you've got any blue tack, or if you've got any other sort of modelling clay, then you are very welcome to follow along and have a go at making your own. If you haven't, then why not have a go at drawing a picture of the things that we make? So let's have a look at our advent calendar and see what is behind door number 3. So can you find the number 3 from those numbers that you can see on your screen? I'll give you a minute. If you need a clue, look for the Christmas pudding. In fact, I do wonder if we're going to make a Christmas pudding today. Shall we have a look? Let's open door number 3 and see what's behind it. Here we go. Oh, this one's opening a little bit easier. And let's see. Oh, it's ripping at the bottom. Please don't rip. Thank you. Oh, can you see what it's saying? This is going to be so good. Let me pick it up. I'm going to hold it so that you can see it. Today, we're making a snowman. Let's have a look. What's it going to look like? Oh, I've just had a sneaky peek at him. He looks very cute. Oh, look at him. Wow. Do you know, I think this might be my favourite one so far. So what colours do we need today? Have a look. Oh, we need white, black, red, and orange. Now you're probably looking and going, Vicky, why have you got yellow when it says that you need orange? And that is because I haven't got any orange plasticine, so we're going to have to mix the colours. So if I just show you this, remember on our first day when we were making the Christmas tree, and on here it showed you what colours we needed to make different colours. So if we look on there, orange, we need red and yellow. So I'm going to put a little bit of those together and see if we can make orange. Get a little bit of this one. We don't need a lot because it is just his nose that we are making. So if we get a little bit of yellow, little bit of red, about the same amount, I'm going to mix them up. Oh, let's hope these mix together quite nicely. Can you see that the colours are mixing already? Make it nice and flat. Ta-da! There is our orange. I fast forwarded that bit because I didn't think you'd want to watch me for ages. So there we go. I just kept mixing it and we have now got a little bit of orange. So let's get started. As if by magic, the yellow's disappeared. I'm going to have a look at our instructions. So the first thing I think we need to do is make his body and his head. So it says here, make a ball for the head and a large one for the body. Get some of this. I'm going to take some of this off. I'm going to roll it in my hands just to warm it up a bit. Makes it so much easier. Just got one hand flat. Rolling the other one around on top. There we go. I think we might have that one for his head. And I'm going to take a little bit more off of this. We'll see how big this is. I might need to add a little bit more to it. But with plasticine, it's always really easy to add more, so don't worry too much if your sizes aren't quite right. Here we are. Feels like it's okay. Yes. What do we think? I think that probably will be okay. His head's a bit bigger, but I'm not too worried about that. So there we go. That is our first bit. Now, the next thing we're going to do, we're going to make a long strip for the scarf and wrap it around the snowman. Well, I think what we'll do is we'll just make the scarf first. I think I might need some more red than that. We will make it, let me just stick this down so it's not moving everywhere. Put this on it as well. I think it wants to stick down like the others did. So, we're just going to roll and roll and roll and roll and roll. And I'm doing it a bit thinner because my plan is to flatten it, because scarves are quite flat, aren't they? So if we have it like this, squish it. I'm not going to put it on him yet. I feel like he needs decorating first, but at least we know he's got his scarf ready. There we are. Move that. Get his little carrot nose ready. I don't think we're going to need all of that orange. So I've halved it. Then, here we go, just pinching it at one end and then rolling it, kind of twisting it round, and then push it so that it's flat. Yes, I think that's about the right size. It says we need to put some lines on it to make it look like a carrot. So I'm going to do that. There we are. I don't know if you can see that. Not quite sure if it'll go in focus enough, but there we are. I have put some lines on it. Next bit then, black. The black bit. In fact, I'm not going to do the black yet, because what I don't want to do, I've just noticed we've still got these white bits that we need to make to decorate the scarf. And I'm a bit worried that if I do the black, I'll have black on my hands and it'll go onto the white and it won't look very nice. So we need to make... It says here, roll 10 balls to decorate the scarf. Well, I don't think I'm going to do 10, but I'm going to do a few. So here we go. Yeah, I think these need to be really tiny. Really, really tiny. Tinier than the nose even. So let's do these. I think on mine, I am going to do... I think we'll start off with 8. So we've got 1, 2, 3... Can always make some more if we need to. 4, 5, 6. Well, that's a bit big. Let's make that smaller. 7. And last one, I'm going to get a little bit more of white. 8. Oops, that's not even stuck together. Let's squish that so that it's together. Roll, 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 roll. There we go. And I'm going to squish them as well, just so that they make like little discs that we can sit onto the scarf. This is very fiddly. I'm sure you'll find this so much easier because your fingers will be so much tinier than mine. Now, we've got his scarf ready, we've got the little white balls ready for his scarf. We have got his nose ready. The only thing that we need to do now is all of these bits with the black plasticine, so we can do those. So let's take some of this off. So make a cylinder for the top of the hat. Now, can you remember what we did the other day when we made a cylinder? Just rolling my sleeves up. We rolled it into a ball first. And then we rolled it like this, didn't we? Backwards and forwards to make it into a cylinder. Now I've got a feeling that this hat might be a little bit too big. But if it is, it's not a problem. We're just going to make it a bit smaller. Yeah, it's nearly as big as his head, look. I think it needs to be a little bit smaller. So I'm going to cut this bit off the bottom here using this. So that's squished it a little bit. So we'll need to roll it again, get it back into shape. There we are. There we go. And then we've got this top bit of his hat done. Let's make it bit longer. I think this has been the most fiddly bit so far, trying to get his hat right. Squish that end down, squish that end down. His hat might be a little bit flatter than the one in the picture, but I'm sure he'll still look super cute. And then make a disc for the brim. Do you know what the brim of a hat is? It's just that bit at the bottom. This bit here. So I've just made it into a ball, and then I've just squished it. I'm going to put that under here. Is it? No, it's still not quite big enough. So if it's not big enough, just squish it a little bit more. That's the great thing with plasticine. If it's not quite right the first time, it's really, really easy to change it. There we are, look at that. Loving it. Loving his hat. Does it fit? Oh, look. We'll be squishing that down on his head, I think, in a little bit. Now, the next bit. He needs 3 buttons. So 3 discs for the buttons. So remember, easy, tiny, tiny little balls. 1, because we're going to squash them so they'll get bigger. 2, these are going to be his buttons. 3, I've squashed that one, look. 1, 2, 3. It was snowing here earlier on in the week as well. There wasn't enough. It didn't actually settle, so I couldn't make a snowman. Here we go, look. 3. There we are. Now, we need to as well. Does it say anywhere about making his eyes? I don't think it does. I think they've missed that off the instructions. So we'll make him some eyes. We don't want a snowman without any eyes, do we? So the eyes look like they're about the same size as the buttons. Let's have a look. I don't know if his eyes, the eyes on this one need to be a bit smaller. They're about the same. Let's see. Oh, it's sticking to my fingers now. I'll have to wash my hands after this. There we are. So what we're going to do now, pop his nose on first. Now to me it looks like his nose is quite low down his body, so I'm going to push that on. Oh, it's got a big nose. It looks a bit like a penguin, look. Don't you listen, Mr. Snowman, don't get all offended. 1 eye. He does look like, he looks like a white penguin. 2 eye, don't listen, Mr. Snowman. There we go. He needs his hat on his head. Oh, he's looking a bit more like a snowman now. Look at this. We're going to put his scarf round now. I think his scarf might still be a bit thick, so I'm just going to, don't you go to sleep, Mr. Snowman. I'm going to squash it a bit more. Squash, 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 squash. And then how have they got it? So they've got it going around his front, around the back of his head and up and around again. Is ours going to be long enough, do we think? Let's have a look and see. So they've got it going down here. Oh, I think we might be all right. Just look at that. And then, glad I didn't make these any bigger. I'm going to put these on here. I don't think I'm going to put any on the back, because we're only looking at him from the front, aren't we? Put them on there. Oh well, we've got a few extra. There we go. There he is. So that's him so far. Stay there, Mr. Snowman. And then the next bit, rough roll 4 thin short strips for the arms. Okay, not going to need a lot black for this. Let's put these bits together. Roll. I think we need that bit. Let's take that bit off. Let's have a look on the picture and see where he's got his arms. Oh, they're kind of stuck out just across from that middle button. Let's see what we can do. So if we cut this in half, and then I am thinking, you see, that's going to be too long, isn't it? Cut it in half again. I'm going to make them a bit thinner. There we are. And again. So I'll have this on here, because remember, these are supposed to be twigs. Really, really tiny little arms. I'm going to put that there. Let's try and make it. There we are. There's one. Roll this one thinner again. Cut it off. Here's our second one. Is it going to be the same length? Well, I suppose it doesn't matter if it isn't really, because when we use twigs, they're all different lengths, aren't they? Here we go. Let's put that there. And there we have it. That is our finished snowman, or as I like to call him, Snowman Penguin. How did you get on with yours? Did it go okay? Yeah? Brilliant. So that's it for today, but I will see you tomorrow for day 4. Bye.